So today, March 24th, 2017, Friday, Splatoon 2 had its first global Testfire. A chance for anyone owning a Switch to actually get a chance to just get a taste of what the online battle mode is going to feel like. And I was right on there ready to play because I love me some Splatoon. So I thought I'd share some of the moments and experiences and my first impressions with you. So here we go. Generally speaking, when I look at this new menu and the colors and everything going on here, I love the look of it. It's going to look really nice. It's very colorful. It definitely looks like a visual upgrade from the first Splatoon game. I have to admit, everything's looking very fresh. But either way, let's actually get into the game itself, and I immediately have connection issues. Of course. Why would I expect anything else? Oh, isn't this cute? They added a tutorial. That's nice. I mean, I played the original Splatoon, so I don't really need it. I have to do this. They're making me do this. Great. I'm sure this is nothing that's going to really hold me back from playing the game for too long. But wait, why did they switch the jump button? Why would you switch the jump button? The jump button was X. Why would you do that? That's going to confuse players. That's going to confuse people that played it already. Okay, so we've gotten through the tutorial. We're ready to play. We're just waiting for everyone to join, and we're stuck at one person for the longest time. This is what I like to call the Splat-tease, because it is such a tease to have to wait for one person forever. So during this test fire, you were given the option between the Splatter Shot, Splat Roller, Splat Charger, and the Splat Dualies. Yes, Splat. Splat, Splat. Either way, I thought the Dualies was the most interesting since it's the newest thing and everything on it is new. Its bomb is actually something that's never been used before. It's like a rock. I don't know what it's actually called off the top of my head, but it's like the curling rock. Either way, I thought I'd give this a try, and honestly, I kind of dig it. Man, I am loving these Splat Dualies. Honestly, I'm like bobbing and weaving all over the place. I feel like a god. Yeah, the range isn't as good as a Splatter Shot by the looks of things, but who cares? I mean, I can just dodge and shoot them. No one can touch me. This game is our team's to win. Yes! And we've reached the end of the game, and apparently I've completely lost because these Splat Dualies apparently suck. What the hell? That being said, I actually did the best on my team, if you see, so maybe it was more I was carrying the team. You know, I'm actually pretty good, right? I'm good at video games. Please don't judge me. Okay, so we're on to our next game, and I'm doing a lot better this time. Look at this stupid scrub here. Chargers, get out of here. You're too busy trying to target us, and I'm just like, get out of my face. In the meantime, I'm just going to take my special here, and I'm just going to rock it super awesome. And I'm just going to make the jump. No, that's the other. I forgot it's not the X button anymore. Alright, so despite the fact I managed to open up the menu instead of jumping and walk off into my own oblivion, we're still doing really awesome. In fact, it looks like this is our game. Booyah. So, as these matches have been continuing on, I have been dominating ever since. That first game was obviously just a fluke. In fact, some of the games that I won ended up being 4-3 players, like someone's dropping out. But come on, let's be honest now. They just saw my name and realized they stood no chance and left because I am a god at this game. Until, of course, we got a disconnection. So, looking at the Splat Dualies, I have to admit, they seem pretty powerful. I like the Splatter Shot quite a bit overall, but honestly, it's never been my personal favorite. But I could see myself picking these up. They seem like you run a little bit slower compared to the Splatter Shot, and they seem overall like they're a little messier for aim, as well as shorter aim. Kind of more comparable to the Splatter Shot Junior. But being able to dodge and just, like, jump right up in your face, like, you get 2 dodges per shot set up. So it's like if I want to dodge, I can go 1-2 and just get completely out of the way. And then you get a rapid fire for a short, brief moment right after that. And it's really nice. Looking at the rock itself that you get to throw around as a bomb, the sub-weapon, it's pretty nice also. It kind of reminds me of the Seeker because it kind of goes in a path. So it creates a bit of a squid swimming pool for you there. All things considered, though, it doesn't really seek in on opponents, so you do have the tendency of sometimes just kind of hitting it against a wall and it just bouncing all over the place and going nowhere. And on top of that, it doesn't actually get any air time, so when you throw it, it stays stuck to the ground, which is nice if you're over somebody, but not so nice if you're under them. Overall, I really do like them. So, since the server kicked me off, I figured, hey, why don't we actually switch from the Splat Dualies to the Splatter Shot? Honestly, they feel like the same thing as far as I can tell. I don't use them too much, but enough to know that felt like Splatter Shot to me. You get the burst bombs to go with them, not that they feel much different either. Again, this is only a demo though, so who knows, maybe with a little more time to play, I could actually tell some serious differences. But all the same, the only real change here was the fact that you actually got a new special. The special was where you can target a number of enemies and shoot down missiles on them. Basically, if you get them within your scope, you get to shoot a bunch of missiles on them. It's pretty cool. The more you target, the more area you cover. It's pretty nice overall. I like it, but it's kind of not going to hit too many enemies. But when you do, you feel friggin' fantastic. Switching over to the splatter shot, I actually get to run a lot faster again, which is really nice. I also got a little more range going on there. I'm not sure if the firepower itself is any different. It feels like it's the same strength behind it. And on top of that, getting the burst bombs again, being able to throw up a ledge, fantastic. It made me feel like a god all over again. I was kicking ass again. Although, admittedly, I did drop 2 games. And that's still a pretty good overall record. I mean, I was still pulling a lot of the weight in the teams. Not to say that the other members weren't, but I was still feeling pretty good about myself overall. So, to entertain yourself while you're waiting for your room to fill, they actually gave you an option, because unlike the previous game, this system doesn't actually come with a screen for you to fiddle around with and play that squid jump game. So instead, you can press some buttons or play around with the joystick, and it'll change the music and sound effects in the background. Allow me to demonstrate. So as the games went on with the splatter shot, overall I actually did pretty awesome. I only dropped 2 games using that, so I definitely think I get the hang of this new control system. Honestly, it's not like it's that much more confusing than the Wii U gamepad. Sensitivity definitely seemed like it was ramped up, and I ended up turning it down a little bit. I like it overall. Splatter shot seems sweet, and honestly, seems like a good game overall. So I did end up getting booted one more time, but that wasn't too big of a deal because it gave me a chance to actually switch to something I'm less comfortable with. So I rolled over to the Splat Roller. Pun intended. Either way, I ended up using it for 1 game and 1 game only, so I can't say too much about it. It feels like a Splat Roller. You run around, you sometimes accidentally roll over people, which is awesome. I did that for like 3 guys right at the end of the game. The special it had was kind of like a punching explosion thing. You're invincible while you do it, but it seems pretty easy to get out of. In fact, someone tried to do it to me at one point while I was using the splatter shot, and I ended up dodging it pretty easily. In fact, I actually had someone in my radius, and then someone else killed them before I got a chance to splat them myself. How... that sucks! Either way, though, it still feels the same. Based on what Splatoon 2 has been doing so far, it feels a lot like it's treading the same ground. I definitely like some of these maps. It seems like it's a lot harder to get to your opponent's bases. Maybe that's just because the maps they chose in particular, they didn't want to have people camp around it. But I did like it all the same. I like the fact that it's a little harder to get to someone into your base and vice versa, because it's very obnoxious when people are like kind of camping you there. I know you can just kind of super jump, but super jump's a little weirder without the touchpad. Either way, this game feels like it's pretty good. Actually, it feels like it's great. And if I were to say anything about it, I would definitely look forward to it as it comes out, and that if you don't have a Switch and you wanted some games to pick up, you're probably going to have some pretty good options with Splatoon 2. So that's a lot of my input and a little bit of my own swing on things. If you have any questions that I didn't answer, or you wanted me to maybe go a little more in-depth, feel free to ask some questions in the comment section. If I feel like I haven't covered enough or you want to know something more specific, I'll maybe make another video or just answer you or whatever. And on top of that, if you liked what you just saw here, like, subscribe, share, yada yada yada. If you're looking forward to it, I could always just put up the raw footage in a separate video also. Just let me know. Have a good one, guys.